What are you doing, Birdman? You're not hunting gray, are you? We got an escort down the driveway. Well, that's one escort anyway. We have another one somewhere. Oh, he's herc gazing. Are you watching Mr. Hercules?
Come here.
Come on, buddy. There's plenty of time to watch Hercules. He'll be watching you, I promise.
That's a good come here,
He's
good
moving.
boy.
Thank you. I've been practicing. Such a good boy. He's growing every day.
Yeah, he's
Look how
huge.
tall you are, big guy. Starting to take that pit face on too. Can you see it?
His back
Is
legs.
that your pit face? Is this your pit face? Let's see your pit face. Pit
His
face.
back
game.
legs are longer than his front legs, and so his back legs run a little faster than his front legs.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a beautifully humid day today. I think there's a 110% chance of rain, and yet it's not raining yet. Boy, I can't believe I just said that because I know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, I think he just jinxed us.
We had a hot, sunny day yesterday, and we opted to just go all in. There's so much. We have 20 acres out here, guys. And when we bought this land, it looked, well,
Completely
practically
different.
nothing like it does now. And so we got to take the little joys. And I'll tell you right now, the yard that I used to mow compared to the mowing that I do now, the area that I cover and all of that, it is such a more time-consuming process. And I like for it to look nice out here. Really not for anybody, not even you guys. It's what we do.
Kyle.
It's what I do.
But I do appreciate it.
Yeah, it really makes it so when we come up here, I'm sure you can see all this behind me. Bruno's chasing a butterfly.
Yeah, I don't want him to go too far.
This way, bub. That's a boy.
Did you get that butterfly? Is it in your throat now?
Gross. But I just wanted to share with you, this is our view, guys. It's not photoshopped, it's not fill in the blank, however you make it look different. This is real life. And for those of you that have been with us a long time, you know the transformation that took place here and over here. All of that was grown up just as bad, actually, if not worse, than most of all of that there. And so it brings us a lot of joy and happiness to make it look like this. And a few hours of our time.
Your time.
Well, that's true. What do you think, buddy? Bruno enjoys it though, doesn't he? Oh no, are we already tired?
No way.
No way.
Fully charged batteries.
Fully charged. Hey Bruno, did you enjoy your guinea eggs this morning, buddy? I'd take some more. Did you know your big brother needs his too?
Yeah, we got to give him his. Nala had hers, you had yours.
It's only fair.
It's Herc's turn.
Of course, Mr. Herc, boy, you're just taking in all the smells. That nose is working.
Yeah, he doesn't get to come up here very often. I don't like him to be this far up.
Get it, Bruno. You doing time trials?
You're so fast.
You know, our goatlets used to do time trials when they were little.
Look how far he went.
I'm so far. Are you tired or are you looking for your Hercules? Peek right down here. He's looking for his Herc. I spy with my little eye a big white furry ferocious Hercules. Playing hard to get down there. The games these guys play naturally with each other is just stinking adorable. You're just practicing your afterburners, aren't you?
Well, we haven't been on a walk yet, so he hasn't gotten to really burn his energy.
Oh,
Man,
that's
a pit
what it
face
is.
right
Look
there.
at your pit face. That tail, holy cow, how long's that thing gonna get? We will likely be leaving his tail. We're not doing anything with his tail.
No, there's no likely. We are leaving
We are
his
leaving
tail.
his tail.
Don't do anything to it.
I've heard different theories on why you would dock a tail. I think it's called docking it, right?
Yeah.
We have no reason to do that, so we're not going to.
Oh.
As you guys know, I don't know if you can hear our guineas in the background, but they're the first ones up in the morning, and they're all out and about. And Shannon and I have been on the ongoing saga of find the nest. And we had the goats out grazing the other day. Miss Blue accidentally stepped over. Hi, Gray. What are you talking about? You just doing roll call? You got a couple down here. I hear a couple up in the woods. They're all over the place. And so I think Blue touched the only egg that was in the new nest location. And I did see later that one of the male guineas came in and actually pushed the egg into the little dirt nest that they made. And yet they quit laying there. So we don't know where the active nest is right now, but we have been collecting, trying to be a little more proactive than we were with the first one, which was kind of our control nest.
So since I've been collecting the eggs, I've started scrambling them up in the mornings for the dogs. And let me just tell you, for one, Kyle and I did taste the eggs.
Oh man, yeah, they're rich. They're good.
Rich. I think that the yolks are bigger than chicken egg yolks, but I don't eat as many eggs as probably a lot of other people do, but they are rich and the dogs are loving them. But I do have to say, Guinea shell eggs are so hard that I actually have to use a knife to puncture it first, and then I'm able to break the eggshell. They are just something else. They're so much thicker than chicken eggs.
Well, in the primary, like the yolk you're talking about, in the little bitty guinea egg, there's not a lot of room for egg white. So there's not. It's just like almost everything inside there is egg yolk. Whereas in your chicken egg, you got about the same size yolk, give or take, but you got all that egg white that fills around the yolk. Yeah. So it would take more guinea eggs to make like an omelet for, you know, Kyle-sized person. Sorry, Bruno just tripped himself up with his own stick. But ultimately, they're delicious. And right now they're making for a great protein snack for these animals in the morning.
Yep.
And the dogs love them. Princess Nala has already had hers because she gets to smell the eggs while Shannon's scrambling them.
She gets them the most fresh.
Yeah, so you can't hold off giving her hers. And then when we get Bruno out of a morning, we go ahead and feed him. And that, of course, is when he gets to his eggs. But Mr. Hercules, he doesn't get left out. So we're gonna take his eggs down. Ouch. Ouch. Excuse me. Bruno has upgraded his stick game to almost like full-size branch tree things. But you gotta watch your ankles because he doesn't understand. He's gotta have the biggest stick of them all. Funny thing is, man, if he slobbers on that enough when Herc comes out to graze later with the goaties, Herc will relocate that or take it down into his pen so Bruno can't have it. So I did bring the brush hog up yesterday and I hit a lot of that prairie grass up there, which is actually where the guineas like to lay their nests. In fact, you can see one of them way up there, and they like to graze and eat the insects and all that stuff. So basically I'm kind of trying to isolate where the tall prairie grass is, but I'm trying to keep it inside our cleared area to encourage the guineas to lay in a place that we know where it is. I really wish they would lay back down here where they did originally, behind the camper. It's a little bit easier to keep an eye on things, maybe keep them safer. But I do have an idea coming very soon. I'm gonna share that with you. I think we've got a solution that's gonna help us keep eyes on the active nest moving forward so that we have a better idea of what's trying to get the eggs and how we can rectify that problem. When you fed him these eggs yesterday, was Bruno out with you?
No, I gave Herc his eggs first before Bruno ever even got out.
We're gonna see how this goes. Usually he stays about right where I am.
Good morning. Hi, Mr.
Bruno,
Herc.
you're gonna stay out here. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Hi, buddy. I got you something. Some eggs.
That's a good boy, Herc. Is that yummy? This is our least food-driven. Hey, it's not quite time. We gotta get Mr. Bruno's batteries depleted a bit.
I should have shut that gate.
That's all right.
Yesterday, when I came down here, it was way earlier than this, so they were all still pretty chill.
They are watching.
Are you done?
This guy. Good job, Bruno. That's a good boy.
The rest? Well, hi, everybody.
Ouija, look at that mohawk, buddy. Well, who's that boy out there? Yep. Mm-hmm. He's a silly boy.
All right. Guys, we're going to wait just a little bit till we get you out, okay?
Yeah, we got to make sure. There's a very high percentage chance of rain, but it's for a very short duration, and I don't want you guys out and about when it kicks in. So we'll get past that, and then it's time. This guy is doing awesome. Good job, Bruno. And for anybody who has asked or is concerned, our goal, I forget if we ever said it may have included this or not with Bruno, but our goal is not at all to get Bruno in this pen. This pen is Herc's pen, and his job does not involve being an LGD. Good job, Goaties. Hi, Spruce Man. Well, you got your little mohawk up too, don't you, buddy?
So there's little Mario and Koopa, Lair Bear.
Look at these mohawks. Yeah, look at that black stripe. That's
mohawk
handsome.
come up.
Hi, Bubba. Hi, Big Bubba. What you think, buddy? I know it. I know it. Historically, anybody, we're talking Shannon's folks, my dad, brother, whoever comes out, anybody that comes out, if they are anywhere near the outside of this pen, any part of it, Herc will randomly come over and just do a ruff and kind of jump at the pen. Well, we've kind of been working on doing a little bit of grazing and having him out with other people out to see, and he's been doing better at leaving them alone. He will kind of do a drive-by and give you a dirty look, and it'll make you nervous if you're not comfortable in that scenario. This is a spectacle for them. Well, yesterday, Shannon's folks stopped by for just a bit, and we were working over in the garden. So we were inside the garden. I had all the goats out, I had Herc out, and as they were coming up the driveway, I was like, oh crud, just so we make it easier on all of us, I got Herc in the garden with us. And I'm happy to report, he didn't make a peep. In fact, there was a stick that was in there that Bruno had been working on. He picked that up and he just started chewing on that. He never said a word. Shannon's mom was even leaning on one of the T-posts, and I was watching, and she was none the wiser, but Herc never had a problem with it, never made a sound. So it's clear that his pen, where he and the goats live, the pen that he protects, that is the barrier. Nobody's allowed in there except for who Herc approves of. And that's something we've got to work at, because Shannon and I are pretty stinking landlocked taking care of these animals, because I can't trust that anybody else could come in and he would allow them to feed his goats or himself. He's a good LGD. We just are kind of figuring all that out.
Speaking of the garden, I did get some plants planted finally.
Ta-ta-ta!
Good potty, Bruno.
That's a boy. You want to go in? No digging, no eating. No, I said no digging, no eating.
Well, this one's not this one's not looking too good, but this one over here may pull through.
So the idea was you had them up there on the trays in the solo cups, and you wanted to bring them out and harden them, getting them used to what, the sun, the wind, the rain, the humidity.
Yeah.
Whereas they have been up in the office in a controlled environment. And how was that hardening going?
Not very good, because guess who's super impatient?
Me.
Yes.
And?
Me.
Yeah. So the process of hardening, though, was kind of like a little bit at a time, in partial shade.
Yes.
Depending on the weather, and we were trying to time it. And the goats would come out to graze and want to eat it.
And so this is a whole learning process for me. I don't think I'm going to start seeds ahead of time next year. That's all there is to it. I
support that theory.
Plant directly in the ground. And so everything on this side over here is all seedlings, and you can tell they're just not doing really good. So I'm going to wait and see if they pull through. But if they don't, I'm just going to pull them out and plant seeds, and we'll just have a later harvest.
Okay.
We'll just see what happens. My parents stopped by yesterday, and I was telling them I didn't have nearly as many plants as I thought I did, because just a lot of my herbs and stuff didn't make it. So they went and bought me some plants.
Aww. Yeah, it was very kind of them.
We're going to do a little bit of an experiment between seedlings and plants, and just kind of learn and see what does better. So
yeah, no, I think it's great.
My whole gardening experience, this is just an experiment for the year, and we'll see what happens.
You know, but what we talked about, we dreamt of a garden last year. We had way too much to do, just like this year, there's always a lot to do. And so we didn't prioritize it. If nothing comes of this, which I'm so certain that something is going to come from this, we're going to have something we're going to be able to eat, even if it's just the garden soil. She didn't hear that. We at least now have a garden, and it's, for the most part, it's completely done. We do have the hardware cloth that we are starting to wrap around, and so that's going to give us a less permeable, that's right, fence that will help keep out your rabbits, groundhogs, gophers. I don't know what all is a threat to the garden, but I know we got to stop them. Hey, look, babe, you already grew some peppers. Hot dog.
Yeah, those are
real?
Definitely a plant.
Yeah, so there's quite the variety here, and we're really hopeful. You can see right now, the only shade this one gets in the morning time is from that tree. We may do a little trimming, but we also may just see how it does with partial shade. And then over here, we've got a black walnut right here. And those limbs right there could totally come down. Spruce loves those limbs, but we're just gonna kind of see the difference in the places that get some shade at different parts of the day and then some that are just fully blasted with sun. Neither one of us have any idea what we're doing based on historical experience. All of this is a learning experience. We're testing this. And honestly, Shannon has taken the reins on this one, and she's done a...
He's saying that because he doesn't want to be to blame whenever it fails.
100% true. Yeah, this is my disclaimer. I had nothing to do with the... No.
I'll take full credit. It's fully me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, she's got a cute little garden book. It's all drawn out. She got schedules and things. She pulled a Kyle a little bit. She might have overthought it. I don't know. But
maybe I didn't.
Maybe she didn't. And through the process, she's learned a lot. She's got a lot of knowledge. And so each year now, we'll just try, she'll revamp things, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm very proud of her, and I'm really looking forward to being able to eat something that comes out of our garden someday.
Yeah.
It looks great, babe.
I'm pretty excited.
She's already come up with a couple other ideas for small changes here and there that we're going to implement that I think will just help her be able to put different plants in different places for different reasons. I just do whatever she asks. Hey, speaking of doing whatever you ask.
Yeah.
You know what today is?
Well, of course I do. But what are you referring to?
Today is our 11th wedding anniversary. 11 years.
I can't believe you put up with me for this long.
I was getting ready to say, I'm surprised we made it past 1 because I was half of that equation. So she's had a lot of patience with me.
He's had a lot of patience with me.
I was gonna let you say that, so thank you. It's been a good 11 years, guys, but boy, if you're not familiar with our story, we've only been out here about 2.5 years, coming up on 3. This is not what we come by naturally.
We haven't been here 3 years.
I know, that's why I said coming up on 3.
We're coming up on 2.
So we agree to disagree. We don't really know. 11 years later, you're allowed to disagree and you just make up your own stories. But we come from corporate background, living in the city. We sold all that. We left all that. We said, man, life, this isn't how it's supposed to be for us. So we've taken this on for the more simple life, and it has a whole different subset of challenges, not only just out here and everything, but between the two of us, learning how to do all of this and recharge and stay motivated. And it's been a huge challenge, but I couldn't do it without my partner in crime. And we're gonna keep at it, and eventually we're gonna have this aced. I can feel it.
Yeah, because it's not simple yet.
Yeah, you know, it's simpler than it was. Like, our life is a little different. I mean,
I would call it very different.
Yesterday was Friday. You know what you do normally if you're a 9-to-5er on a Friday? Like, you drop everything, you go out, you spend a lot of money on food and hanging out with friends and socializing and all that. You know what we did? We mowed, we gardened, we grazed the animals, we burnt some stuff. And then we
hung out,
sat down and enjoyed the evening and did nothing. Made some dinner and went to bed. And here we are again. Quite honestly, that's
the simple
That's
part.
the simple part compared to the old days. So it's been a great 11 years, guys. She hasn't left me yet. I think I'm on a streak. I'm gonna keep this one going. If she'll let me.
If you'll let me. Hi, mister. Did you enjoy your new stick?
How's your battery capacity coming along, bub?
He says, I'm about 50%.
I just caught a whiff of something that I wanted to talk to you guys about because we brought it up, we showed you, and then I didn't say anything else about it. But if you remember a few videos ago, there's a big common snapper turtle down here. I don't believe it's an alligator. Not sure how well you're gonna be able to hear me with the goats hollering. They're ready to graze. But that snapper turtle was stinky, is stinky. Not nearly as bad as it was before. And a lot of you guys mentioned putting lime on it or burying it. I don't have great access with the tractor here. We're right up against the electrical fence, but I can tell you guys the bugs, earth, nature have been doing their job. And the way that it's positioned, the shell is up. So I didn't know if putting lime on it would do a whole lot of good since the extremities had already kind of been eaten back up under the shell. But yeah, had I put lime on it, then put dirt on it, it would have helped with the smell. Ironically though, Hercules knows this will draw predators. And we have had between 4 and 8 turkey buzzards at any one point in time circling up here. But if they move over directly over Goatville and his pen, he goes wild, and it's awesome. In fact, he built himself a new napping spot. The boys are sparring down here a little bit, but you can see that dirt spot right here. He did that. He dug that up, and he has been laying right there, especially during the day, during warm times when he's napping. He gets to stay cool. But my theory is also that he's staying close to that turtle shell, or well, turtle body, in case anything tries to come in and eat it or take it away. But I want you to see what the bugs have done. Just bugs. It's nasty, I know. So that's his head, or part of his head, part of his skull. And the fact that I can even be this close to it and I'm not throwing up, these bugs have decomposed this thing beyond what I thought they could do. I know that sounds crazy, but it's still got flies on it, not nearly. There's a lot of black beetles that were helping. I don't see them really at all. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he knows. But the shell, as you can see, actually kind of split. So it looks like maybe the shell was, it's either a couple layers or maybe they grow and shed shells. I don't know enough about turtles, guys, but it is well on its way to decomposition, and the smell has diminished drastically. So I think just leaving it out here, not moving it and dragging the smells across the land has been an effective solution for us. I will say if it ever happens again, I will try to move quicker. I'd like to find it before it swells up, and I would move it. But in this case, we just let it ride. Herc's not eating it, and the goats don't care about it. We're getting to you guys. I know, it's almost time. One other problem that we've been having, I kind of talked to you guys about, and I've talked to my dad about it, and Shannon's dad, we've had a lot of opinions on it, but the pen is actually in really good shape right now. You can see the color difference. This is where it's pretty solid ground, everything that side. Then all of that right there, I mean, I don't see any standing water in the little hoof spots anymore. I kind of took my feet and I tamped down a little bit some of the big footprints, my boot prints and things, so that maybe it wouldn't hold the water as much. But you can even see from Herc's feet, he's not nearly as muddy as he has been. But that's only been because we have, I think, 4 days straight, maybe 3, without any rain. The moment the rain, which Lord willing, it'll hold off and not give us this morning shower it was wanting to. If it doesn't rain, it'll be okay, but the moment it rains, it comes right back. So we do have a solution. We kind of talked about what we're trying to do, and I think in the interim, I think short term, my dad, Grandpa Doss Farms, retired Ralph's Rental Emporium, he has let us borrow some of his electric netting that's a less permanent fence. I don't have to drive T-posts. I don't have to drive the black posts that I got from Gallagher, which are wonderful, but they're a little bit more permanent. They're a little bit harder to get in and out if you want to move it. Whereas the ones my dad has, it's kind of like a foot stake that you just stick in the ground and you stretch that mesh out. In fact, if you go look at his channel, it's a very similar, if not the exact same fence that he's got right there for his chicken run. So we're gonna put that in, and it'll at least give them a place when it does get muddy down there. They could come up here and lay, and we still have all the functionality of our buildings and their chill spots. Bruno's joining. So that's something I think we're gonna watch this weather. We're gonna try to get that stuff in today. And it'll, again, just provide us another place for them to go so that they're not walking around in all that mud. The goats are singing you a song.
I love it. That was like in unison.
I'll tell you what's kind of funny. You hear the loudmouths? That's little Mario and Koopa. Where's Mama?
Over there.
That's their mama you just heard. She trained her boys. She typically doesn't get too vocal anymore, but she is. That's her you're hearing. But that guy right there, Lil Mario, looks a whole lot like Big Mario. That dude is a talker, and he is loud, as is Mr. Larry. Blue used to be a talker. She trained, we just got attacked by a butterfly.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. She trained Larry and Harry to be talkers, and now Mr. Earlman, that guy on the right, oh, see, Blue's talking a little bit. Earl will get involved in the talking. They're all acting a little bit indifferent right now because Bruno's down here. But if he wasn't and they were just screaming, it would be a whole different choir. Spruce.
Bruno hasn't gotten to be down here very much, so he's very explory over
Explory?
here. Yeah.
I like that word.
He's checking out everything. What are you doing, Bruno?
Bruno the Explorer, what'd you find? He's a cleaner upper. I love it, but I feel bad.
Hey.
As you guys know, we've had some trash and stuff just from the years
Bruno.
of whoever being on the
Sit.
land. Oh crud, I gotta give it back, don't I?
Drop it. Drop it. You
Good,
can't
drop
have
it.
things like this, but thank you so much for cleaning it up. Thank you. It's a good
I'm
boy.
a helper.
It's a good boy. This is a broken jar. That is way too dangerous
Oh my
for him.
goodness, that's terrible.
Yeah. That's why I have to literally take everything from him.
Yeah. Buddy, I love you and I love your clean abilities, but we gotta be wise about what we're picking up.
Yeah.
I pick up glass every single day. A lot of it, from anywhere and everywhere. There's a bunch of different stations, if you will, where they were squatting back before we bought the land. And glass is not easy to find or pick up. There's just no good way. There's no glass magnet. I wish there was, but it's a struggle. Bruno helps. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get Mr. Broon Man to do his egg hunting job here in a minute. There's gotta be a new active nest somewhere because it's been 2 days since that one egg was laid, and our guineas have been pretty consistently laying 1 egg per day, each of the hens. Got 3 of them. So my guess is we've got about 9 to a dozen eggs, depending on time of day. Bruno, are you still cleaning up, bub? Gosh, that's dangerous, man. Hey, good, drop it, thank you. Well, I've had the 2 chargers. Dad gave me 2 fences. Each one has its own charger, and they are solar powered, but you can charge them via power, plug-in power. So I've got both of those up and going, they're ready. So I think we're gonna get that fence stretched out, try to create that new space for the goats, give us a lot of peace, feeling like they're not down there in that wet mud and slush all the time. And of course, we got a little more gardening work to do, and then all the maintenance. Hopefully the weather holds out and we can work most of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen. And maybe Bruno will find us their new nest.
That'd be nice.
I'm already sweating.
Yeah, it's very, very humid.
Humidity, it may not rain. We got blue skies and we're past when they were calling for it. But boy, it feels, I'm gonna
feels
be.
like it could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful day. It's just sticky. I won't complain.
Look where they're at.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So there you go, you have that prairie grass, the taller stuff, that's where they want to eat. And that may be where a nest is, somewhere over there.
What I'm kind of wondering.
So we'll take Bruno over there and see if we can't find it. But today we're gonna do something really special for our 11th anniversary.
What's that?
Work, enjoy our space, enjoy the outdoors, and then maybe I'll grill something up good for us tonight, like burnt chicken, burnt steak, burnt burgers.
It sounds like you have a great anniversary plan for us, babe.
Everybody thinks I can't actually grill or make food or whatever. I'm just gonna let them all believe that. We starve out here.
Kyle can grill when you don't distract him.
When you're not watching. That's when it gets hard. Guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you, and we really truly do thank you so much for coming on this journey with us and supporting us and encouraging us and giving advice and knowledge and wisdom. So thank you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.